free on Fox Local.
We welcome those of you joining us from that amazing finish at Wrigley Field, Michigan, eking out a 24-22 victory. Tim Brando, Devin Gardner, and Josh R. Sims on hand here in Lubbock, where Texas Tech, the number 6 team in the country, came out of the gates quickly with a 4-play, 69-yard drive.
Offense, number 58. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Referee Henry Johns with that call, and they're going to be pinned even further back inside the 10-yard line. And then moments later, after stopping the opening series of UCF, Texas Tech scores with, of all people, Jacob Rodriguez, the Heisman candidate linebacker out of the Wildcat. This is Nixon out of the backfield on the receiving end of the pass from Taven Jackson. Wisniewski with the stop, number 5 in that secondary. Joey McGuire now in his 4th season. It all began at Cedar Creek, where he became a legendary Friday Night Lights Hall of Fame coach. Went to coach under Matt Rule for a season at Baylor, and lo and behold, in year 4, on the precipice of winning the Big 12. And Scott Frost, his second act at UCF, after time spent at Nebraska and in the NFL with the Rams. Jaden Nixon again out of the backfield. Oh, that's Dylan Wade, I beg your pardon, the tight end, making that grab. And he is stopped in his tracks immediately by that second level after a 5-yard pickup.
That's the second tackle by Cole Wisniewski. He is a talented football player, one of their big pickups from the portal. Played a lot of football at North Dakota State, and he really adds to what this defense is capable of. A lot of people remember the old Texas Tech that didn't play defense and scored a lot of points. It's a different version now.
Oh, yeah. 3rd down and 8. Jackson swings it out to Nixon. Look how quickly they recover. John Curry, the star linebacker. Tremendous skill. Lubbock's own out of Coronado High School making the play.
And Tim, when you have these talented rushers, if you're Taven Jackson, you know you have to get rid of this football. You don't have time to dilly-dally in the backfield, so he gets the ball out quickly. And when you do that, this defense swarms. They get to the runner immediately.
Anthony Venara once again is asked to punt it away from his patio. Should get it off around the 5 with Jacoby Williams back deep this time, inside his own 40-yard line. High end over end boot. There is quite a wind, and it nestles softly into the arms of Williams. 42-yard boot, and that Heisman moment that those of you may have missed that have just joined us on Fox. Rodriguez with the Heisman pose for tonight's highlight shows on Fox.
Emmitt Smith is a legendary.
Oh, switch and save. Get more with Geico. Yes, it's guns up no matter your age. Here in Lubbock, Texas. 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders. Already up 2 scores, 14-0. Tim Brando, Devin Gardner, Josh R. Sims. Happy to have you with us. Game 2 here on Fox this afternoon. Cameron Dickey is the setback out of the shotgun, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. Good penetration up front that time. Lewis Carter, the transfer from Oklahoma, making that stop, junior out of Tampa, Florida. This is a UCF team that began the season with 70 out of the transfer portal. Of those, about 63 remain on the roster. They've been beset by injuries, as we mentioned earlier. And here's Dickey out of the backfield. And there's a flag in the backfield right where Baron Morton was releasing the ball.
Holding. Offense, number 7. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Yeah, Terrence Carter Jr. kind of got out of position there. A nice up and under move to get past him. He has to try to hold to stop the rusher from getting to his quarterback.
Carter is a tight end, and you saw there briefly Matt Leftwich, the entertaining and young offensive coordinator, formerly of Texas State, made his way here. Was a quarterback at UTEP with the Miners back in 2015. Reggie Virgil ran that bubble screen and quick slants to him in the opening drive. to get them on the doorstep of the touchdown that was scored by Dickey. This time, R.J. Jackson, number 95, with a tackle after a gain of 5.
Such a great get out of Miami of Ohio. Such a talented wide receiver.
3rd and 15. Set up the screen that time. Had the convoy ready for Cameron Dickey. But a little bit of pressure forced Morton to release it hurriedly. And we've got another marker on the field, so hold everything. Henry Johns is busy with the yellow hanky here early. If it's against Tech, you'd think they would nullify it, take the down, and move on. Well, maybe not after that. It is a personal foul. A preliminary indication.
Personal foul. Illegal blindside block. Number 5 of the offense. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
Yeah, probably a wise choice. Decline it anyway. Get the ball back as fast as you can. Scott Frost knows that this is going to be a battle
number
for possessions.
Number 19 for UCF is now wearing number 24.
Number 5, Caleb Douglas, who they got last year out of the portal. That is an illegal blindside block by the letter of the law. Old football fans here in Texas are probably watching like, that looks like a good football play to me. Well, it's been taken out of the game.
Antoine Jackson is back deep with a fair catch at the 23. Jack Burgess with the punt of 40 yards. Yeah, the big fella in the middle. Don't mess with Lee Hunter. He'll come and get you. And Jacob Rodriguez, as versatile as any.
The Burger King double cheeseburger is love at first bite. A 1/4 pound of beef patties flame grilled with 2 slices of melty cheese. Pure joy. It has a way of making the world melt into the distance. It's time to celebrate a classic, because life's simple pleasures matter. We're not sure who invented the double cheeseburger, but it sure tastes like we did. You rule.
I stand alone with fire inside, with passion burning in my veins.
At Fairfield, every moment of a perfect game day shapes your fandom. Be ready. Wherever the season takes you, Marriott Bonvoy has a hotel brand for every kind of fan. Official hotel partner of the NCAA. Love that.
So for Mom, I was thinking...
I thought she didn't want anything.
Oh, like when she says she doesn't want any fries?
And she eats all her fries.
Exactly. What if we get her the new iPhone 17 Pro at AT&T? We can get their best deal without needing the most expensive plan.
Good call.
And you know, she loves her selfies.
Who's that?
No clue.
Get the all-new iPhone 17 Pro on us. The most powerful iPhone yet. Most expensive plan not required.
It was my idea.
Fox Tuesday.
I will do whatever it takes to get my memory back.
With only 1 episode until the fall finale.
You realize we can blow up her life with this?
Revenge.
It's gonna be fun.
Is coming.
What's happening?
Doc, all new Tuesday on Fox.
Fox College Football, sponsored by Geico. It feels good to Geico. And it feels good to be here at Jones Stadium alongside Devin Gardner, Tim Brando. Wild and crazy day already here on Fox. But Texas Tech trying to hold serve. And if you look at the way things are shaping up for them, an open date after this game, and then West Virginia, and all of a sudden, we're talking title here.
Yeah, of course, and you expect for them to come out, and you want to see them play like the number 6 team in the country.
Yeah.
And this start, they absolutely are showing the country that they are worthy of that ranking.
No doubt about it. UCF did get a stop on that last series. And now it's up to Taven Jackson, who's really struggled of late. Got banged up, had to leave the game, and you see the change already with Davi Belfort in at quarterback. Number 10 for the first time, nothing doing on that running play to Jaden Nixon. Belfort came into the game late in the loss to Houston last week, made a tremendous scramble of about 36 yards, had him on the doorstep of maybe winning the game. He's a gamer, he really runs it well, but then threw a pass interception to close the game out. And he was defeated, obviously, but now he's trying to bounce back.
Yeah, and after that play, they're 0 for 3 on first down production. As you know, you got to get at least 4 yards to stay ahead of the chains, and that's their second fumble on the exchange. and their second quarterback that had the fumble on extra.
Yeah, and they were inside the 15-yard line to open both drives and still haven't gotten it beyond the 20. And Terrell Tillman, number 18, comes up to meet Jaden Nixon again on that stop. Miles Montgomery is their big-time back. He's the kid that was destined to be the next R.J. Harvey, who's now with the Broncos in the NFL. Montgomery's been hurt, banged up most of the season and recently. A week ago, after a couple of great runs early to give UCF a lead. They won the turnover battle by 4 against Houston, still lost the game. Here's Belfort's ability to run, but a shoestring tackle has him right at the 19-yard line. He was about to take off, and that was a big-time tackle because it leads to a negative play, but a great stop made in space. Banks coming in to do it here.
Yeah, when you have Belfort in the game, if you're Texas Tech, they're expecting a run, right? Whether it be quarterback draw, a run with the running back. They expect this young quarterback to try to run the football. So a nice job of staying in your passing lane, making sure you don't give him any space to get down the field. That was the third and long for UCF. They cannot live in that space. They have to find a way to get more first down production to stay ahead of the chain.
And once again, they got to punt it away from inside their 10. Jacoby Williams is awaiting. Room to run this time, and he will. Nice little change of direction. Brings this capacity crowd to its feet as he ambles up to about the 50-yard line. I think they'll shove him out at the 49 of 15.
Oh, I'm not.
Ball control, like the score, a bit one-sided here at the outset. In defense of UCF, they've had no field position, but there were mistakes made in the special teams that enabled that to take place. Aaron Morton in at quarterback. And Jacoby Williams is stopped at the point of attack, no gain. UCF up front is pretty strong. John Walker is a whole lot of man. 6'4", 324 out of Kissimmee, Florida.
And Tim, he had a lot of help. Of the 11 players on the field, 9 were in the box that time.
Yeah. Morton's pass, boy, he thread the needle there. Just shy of the line to make. To Caleb Douglas, another game breaker. Lewis Carter, again with a stop, a pickup of 9. And it'll be third down and a yard to go.
Those 9 guys in the box on the previous play, that's the reason my keys were to throw the ball to make sure you can get to that run game.
Jacoby Williams gets 2 in the arms of Walker again. Youngster out of Osceola High School in Kissimmee.
And the lone loss for Texas Tech, that's what was the recipe for Arizona State. They put everybody down the box and they weren't able to make them pay.
Morton's pass, that was a mix-up there in terms of the receiver, John Carlos Miller, stopping.
Yes.
Pass sailed a little bit anyway, so it falls incomplete at 2nd and 10.
Well, Tim, a lot of this offense is the wide receivers get a chance to read what they're going to do, right? So it's not a set play. You don't know exactly what they're going to do. You have to be working in concert if you're the quarterback and the wide receiver. So, yes, a miscommunication on that play.
Mac Leftwich really loves giving his quarterbacks a lot of autonomy. That pass incomplete for Terrence Carter Jr., the tight end, who along with John Carlos Miller can be used almost as wide receivers, although Miller is a big fella at 6'5", 240.
If I'm UCF on defense right now, I expect for them to put pressure, right? Bring extra guys and go that man-to-man defense that you always play. I don't think you can allow Baron Morton to sit back there and dissect your zone coverage, right? So bring pressure and play man-to-man coverage and make sure you stand tall to these wide receivers.
And Alex Grinch, the defensive coordinator, looks on. He's faced with that task and calling those defenses. That pass is underneath. And it is caught by Bryson Jones, 85, the wide receiver out of Frisco, Texas. A freshman getting some playing time. They'll probably go very deep into that roster of theirs before the afternoon is done. 4th and 5. They will go for it here.
That's what you get from a veteran quarterback. You know that we're probably going to go for it on 4th down, so get what you can so that you can set up the next play.
6 out of 13 on the season on 4th down conversions. Straight back. Crossing pattern, Williams. And Jacoby looks to be very close. Looks like he may have, in fact, picked it up. Kelly Lawson with the stop. And it is a first down.
I love the design from offensive coordinator Mac Leftwich. Understanding the scenario, fourth down, they're probably going to play man. They get one of their better athletes, Jacoby Williams, on the outside right away against the linebacker.
Quick curl caught by Terrence Carter. And they'll push him back. Forward progress spots him at the 24-yard line. Carter with the tackle on Carter. Lewis on Terrence.
If you're a UCF fan, you're watching this defense and you don't usually see what they're doing. They're playing a lot of zone coverage because they just don't believe that they can stand up against these wide receivers over and over and over again with such a talented quarterback. So they're playing zone, but if you're Baron Morton, you have to be patient and take what they give you.
Twin running backs. Jacoby Williams carries it. Cameron Dickey was back there with him. And he'll get ahead 2 yards shy of the first down to the 21, a gain of 3. There's so much in this Texas Tech arsenal, and you made mention of Jacoby Williams running that quick, shallow cross. They'll put some of those running backs in a slot and then add them into the passing game of Mac Leftwich. 3rd down and 2.
Got a lot of guys in the boxes. Wildcat.
Dickey out of it. Look at that extra effort. He's got the first down. Cameron Dickey, in my mind, is the most versatile of the backs in the offensive repertoire of Mac Leftwich. He loves this kid.
What you just saw there is the difference between Texas Tech in the past and them now. They can run the football, and they can run it well.
Yeah.
And that's why they're the number 6 team in the country.
In the corner on the fade, incomplete. Caleb Douglas, the intended receiver. Fans wanted an interference. Jaden Bellamy was back there with him. Good coverage that time.
When you get into December and January, the teams that can run the football and control the game on the ground, those are the teams that have the most success. But you know they can pass it as well. A miscommunication here. Unable to bring that one in by number 5, Caleb Douglas.
He normally would have reached out and high pointed that.
Yeah, and the sun could have been his eyes, and the ball snuck up on him pretty quickly.
He let it climb on him. Coming the other way, Carter. Terrence Carter. That sweep action. Philip Dunham with the stop. That's a young man that had 3 interceptions a week ago. One was a pick 6. He saved a touchdown there. They're already down by 14. There were some scares for some top-ranked teams today, like the Aggies, who escaped. Texas Tech is doing just fine, thank you, in the Big 12.
On the 12th day of winter, the
Big Right building confident futures for nearly 160 years. 9 plays and 4 yards for UCF. That sums it up. Jacob Rodriguez with his first career offensive touchdown. That's the Jacob Rodriguez that's the outstanding linebacker, who I believe ought to be, at the very least, invited to New York. I don't expect him to win the Heisman, but boy, he deserves to get enough votes to go. Here's Reggie Virgil on a little sweep for the touchdown to open quarter number 2. Almost too easy, Devin.
I couldn't agree more, and this is just speed to the edge from number 1 in black. It's not even truly blocked. There are a number of white jerseys that have a chance to get him, but because of his speed, he's able to get the edge and get in the end zone.
First rushing touchdown of the season for Reggie Virgil. He has 5 receiving. Stone Harrington for the extra point. Yeah, I'd say Texas Tech is sprinting to a title. And they got an open date to think about Senior Day once Senior Day concludes.
Every idea you love.
Geico, it feels good to Geico. 21-0 our score. Jones AT&T Stadium. And you see the scoring drive. This one was a long one. 4:05. Beginning the fourth quarter with the score, the first rushing touchdown for Reggie Virgil of the season. A touchback, and this will be the best starting position they've had at the 25. Let's go down to Josh R. Sims.
Well, Timmy B, Jacob Rodriguez is absolutely loved by this fan base and his teammates. The loudest cheer in this stadium today was when he ran out on the field on offense and scored that touchdown. Every single one of his teammates came over to him and congratulated him after the score. He's not the most vocal leader, but he is the guy that got the team together after last week's win over BYU, told them this was not the goal. We have bigger dreams. Let's stay focused on the task at hand.
I'll say this, Josh, and Devin, I think you've got my back on it when I say it.
They broke the huddle with 12.
Yeah, they broke the huddle with 12, so we're going to have a 5-yard penalty here.
5-yard penalty, first down.
I was going to say, he was noticeably more talkative this time than when we met with him 8 weeks ago.
I mean, he's in his groove. He is playing really good football. He's coming out of his shell as a leader vocally. It's really impressive to watch him continue to grow. Remember, this is the kid that came into college as a quarterback.
Yeah. Ajuman Adai is in the backfield for the first time. And on 1st and 15, underneath to Dwayne Thomas. And the receiver gets it up to the 24-yard line. They managed to get behind the sticks without even running a play. So it was 1st and 15. And now they're faced with 2nd down and 11.
And Tim, before that play, they had 9 total plays. 5 of them negative plays.
Yeah.
And 3 straight 3 and out.
Offside. Defense number 31 in the neutral zone caused the offense to react. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
David Bailey wanted to get a head start, and he's tagged with 1. Think about this issue for UCF in terms of penalties, okay? The Knights were flagged 9 times, including 5 pre-snap penalties in that loss to Houston, a game they very easily could have won. And 68 penalties through the year, 48 of those occurring on offense and 31 pre-snap on the season. Got to get past that. Quick out pattern, and it is caught by Marcus Burke.
And that's
that'll
going to
move
give
the
them,
chains.
Yeah, it's their first down of the game, Tim. And this really feels, I know it's early, but this feels like a gotta-have-it drive.
Yeah.
You haven't shown that you can stop Texas Tech, and you have to put something together to go down and get points.
One thing we know about Scott Frost, and you'll see it as this game prolongs, majority of his guys are dialed in, okay? The team is going through a lot of issues with injuries. They're a bit bewildered on top of that, at the start of this game being where it is. But they will play hard for him. That's a staple of his approach as a head coach, always has been. Pickup of a yard on that play for Nixon. 2nd down and 9 as Rodriguez comes over there to add to his tote board. Knew Scott as a player and as a coach. He went through a very difficult time at his alma mater. It took him a while to get over it. He and his wife moved to Arizona for about a year. Then he got a job working with special teams with the Rams organization. Really helped him out before this opportunity came. And here's Belfort again in at quarterback. And Davi Belfort, the youngster from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, gets it out for 5 yards. Ben Roberts with the tackle, number 13, the Mike linebacker. 3rd down and 4.
We talk so much about the instincts of Jacob Rodriguez, and you saw him on that play follow the pulling guard, meet him in the hole, and create a clog in the hole for a minimal gain.
And we've got a timeout, UCF. Yeah, I think Scott knows exactly what you said earlier, and that is this is a got-to-have-it drive.
Absolutely.
And with the timeout by Coach Frost, we'll take it with him. 21-0.
I checked Allstate first and said...
Being told no to my dreams.
I had no idea if anyone would buy anything.
This is so wild that I actually, from a dream, started a business.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, is now available with the all-new Big QP, fries, bottomless chips and salsa, and a bottomless drink, all for just $10.99. So if you're McDone with tiny, overpriced burgers, just come to Chili's. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Allstate. You're in good hands. This UCF offense in good hands with Scott Frost, who calls the plays, but he's in constant communication with Steve Cooper, who he got to know at Portland State while he was coaching at Oregon, and the two have a great relationship. Steve will get in mind what plays he has in hand for Davie Belfort, and he'll come into the game and line up a number of plays while he's in, and then when Taven Jackson checks back in, they go in another direction. As he is here, and it's a quick curl that's caught by Dwayne Thomas. Obviously, Jackson, the better passer, a young man you know all too well about from Elite 11 days.
Absolutely. He's got real talent, tall, strong, can throw the football downfield. He has to find a way to be more consistent, and that's his first third down and manageable. A nice job picking it up there.
By far the best field position they've had, beyond the 45 at the 46. Nixon remains the setback. They go trips to the top of your screen. Nixon burrows ahead for a yard. Cole Wisniewski with the stop.
The one thing you'll see from this UCF football team, they're battered and bruised, of course, but they will not give up. They will not cower. They're going to continue to battle. They're going to continue to fight. It's not always going to look pretty. They're not going to always have assignment and alignment in line. However, they haven't given up. What I've seen on film and talking to head coach Scott Frost last night, this team hasn't given up on the season, and like we talked about in the open, they still have a lot to play for, an opportunity for a bowl game with 4 wins and 3 games remaining.
Belfort back in the game on 2nd and 9. And on that read, he went to Nixon, and Texas Tech had him covered up. A.J. McCarty, the star linebacker, senior out of Brownwood, Texas, making the stop. And 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, like I talked about, when Belfort is in the game, you're going to see this Texas Tech defense get really tight into the box, expecting the run. So if you're UCF, you have Belfort in the game, you have to try to trust him to make, whether in the RPO or the drop back pass, to make a throw, because he's going to have some opportunities downfield.
And now in an obvious passing down, Taven Jackson back on the field. 3rd down, 12. Speedy Thomas is the favorite target in these situations. Looking downfield and incomplete.
Coy Aiken with the reception.
Yeah. Doesn't count, but yes, nice call. Are you auditioning for my job? DJ Black was the so-called intended receiver before Aiken brought it in along the sidelines out of play.
Yeah, it's his first catch of the day. Obviously, it doesn't count, but it's a really good catch.
Well done. Anthony Venari will punt it away with, speaking of Coy Aiken, back deep at the 15-yard line of Texas Tech. Out of Hamilton, Ontario. Venari. Aiken lets it go. That's a beautiful punt. It'll go out of bounds inside the 5. 50 yards. And we got a marker down. And that time, our producer, Jake Jolivet, caught it before he started the music.
Oh, yeah.
He's figured this out.
Throwing the kick. Holding. Number 30, the return team. Foul being forced. Half the distance to the goal. 1st down. Immediate timeout.
I was getting ready for him to just plug in the music. I thought maybe a little Grateful Dead action.
He's a veteran.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's got 39 catches on the season. Make that 40? No.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We get even the ones that don't count.
Yeah.
When you grow up out here, you learn to tell facts.
What's out there? We've never been the type to stand to the side, letting world-changing ideas go untested. We push even beyond our own expectations. Here is seen across the country and heard around the world. We strive to be bold, to be impactful, and to challenge the status quo.
Because from here,
and here,
and even here, it's possible.
You have no idea who you're dealing with.
Tuesday, the show's most prolific killer returns.
This isn't about atonement. This is an exhibition.
Welcome to hell, Carl!
Murder in a Small Town, all new this Tuesday on Fox.
That punt actually went out of bounds at the 2 rather than the 4, and as we open play, both the at the 2-yard line. Cameron Dickey is in the backfield after a penalty in the aftermath of that punt. Put him back at the 2, half the distance to the goal. Cameron Dickey the setback for Baron Morton. And again, UCF stiffens at the point of attack. They'll give him 2 yards, and that's generous. So out to the 4-yard line, and Kelly Lawson, the Virginia Tech transfer, making the stop. Boy, Carter all over that one. It's Carter on Carter again. That's a combination that we've seen a lot of here in the early going. 3rd down and 8.
This is a really nice job by Lewis Carter. I mean, he does it textbook. I've seen linebackers do this drill over and over. You have to locate your space in the zone, then get to it, and then get your eyes to the quarterback.
Yeah, he's had at least 6 stops in all 8 appearances he's made this year. Morton from his end zone. In trouble. Needs to unload it, and does.
Safety.
And I think they may be talking about a hold in the backfield. Coy Aiken was the intended receiver, but let's hold on. If there's a hold in that end zone, then that's a safety. Yeah, look out. This could be 2.
Holding. Offense number 79. Foul occurred in the end zone. That results in a safety.
Yep. Big Howard Sampson, Mount Sampson, is going to get tagged with the hold in the end zone. So it will go to a safety. UCF gets a gift of 2. And you see that arm extended. Yep. That little piece of the headgear to go with it. Hard to miss when Mount Sampson does it against Isaiah Nixon. Pacific Life, building confident futures for nearly 160 years. One of the truly outstanding facilities in today's college football. Texas Tech University, 21-2 our score after that safety. I got to tell you, throughout the bulk of this season, UCF's defensive front has been a strength for Alex Grinch's team. And after the safety, here comes Jaden Nixon the other way. That was a heck of a boot. Markers fly as Nixon is stopped at the 24, just shy of the 25-yard line. You expect to get a little better field position out of that when you pick up a safety, but that was one whale of a place kick. Here's Henry Johns, our referee.
During the return, holding, number 19 of the return team. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
Boy, does misery love company? They've had way too many penalties in this game. And, you know, a lot of times, Devin, I think that's a byproduct of a startup program. When you got 70 out of the portal to start a season, then you lose about 7 or 8 of them. These guys are still trying to familiarize themselves with one another.
Yeah, I mean, new guys in and out, trying to find the right combinations, multiple different quarterbacks. There's no real cohesion. However, I trust that Scott Frost is going to get this figured out as he continues on this journey of trying to bring UCF back to the promise that it once had.
A promise that he set as a standard before leaving. Hajim Adai in the backfield. They go with an out pattern. That ball looked at maybe as though it could have been tipped or just went flailing out of his hands. DJ Black did come away with it, but it took a while for it to get there. A pickup of 5 on the play.
And Bryce Pollock, he hesitated for just a second. He got there in time, but he had an opportunity for a pick 6. He breaks on it. He's right there. If you break toward the ball, he may have that pick 6.
Yeah, it was tipped. 2nd down and 5. Little bubble screen action. Complete for a 1st down. Past the 25 to the 28. That's Damerkant, Chris Damerkant, number 13. Redshirt senior out of Bellingham, Massachusetts. An 8-yard gain, a 1st down. Well, you talked about a must-get drive. Well, they didn't convert, but they did manage a 2 on the safety. Now they look to have a nice, long scoring drive to maybe give themselves a little confidence before the intermission. Out of the shotgun. Adai. Jacob Rodriguez comes over to make the stop, to no one's surprise, after a gain of 4 at the 31-yard line. Hear the name Adai, and I automatically think of Joseph Adai, one-time running back with the Indianapolis Colts and LSU Tigers.
I want to take a look here at Ben Roberts, number 13. Watch him. He's going to take on his guy, and it allows for Rodriguez to scrape over the top to make that play.
Taven Jackson with time over the middle. There's the tight end, Dylan Wade. This is the guy that they look to on seam routes over the middle, gain of 12. And he is a lot to deal with after making the catch. And he's really not your typical tight end.
Yeah, and what you saw there was a Hank route, right? That tight end route, everybody that plays football understands the Hank, when the tight end goes and sits right over the ball, the OTB, and the quarterback gets it right to him. Another first down for Taven Jackson in this offense.
You're all about the OTB.
Oh, you got to love a good over the ball, don't you?
Absolutely. Quick out pattern. Dylan Wade stopped immediately, stays in bounds. Wisniewski with the stop, senior out of Sparta, Wisconsin.
Wisniewski said, I see your OTB, and I raise you OTG on the ground for a minimal gain.
Second down and 9. Technically, UCF is on their 4th quarterback. I'll explain further later. Adai again in the setback, and a little forward pass shoveled to Dwayne Thomas, and Speedy gets it into Texas Tech territory, just piercing the 50-yard line, a gain of 7.
I mean, so many times you see Rodriguez come in, take on a blocker, shed it, and then find a way to trip up the runner and make the tackle. That's why they're talking about him as a Heisman contender. His instincts, they're so good for the linebacker position.
3rd and a long 2. They go with a die in the backfield. Jackson swings it into some traffic. Boy, that was a dangerous pass. Sidearmed it in there and did it with very little touch.
As much as it didn't work, that's a perfect call by Scott Frost. He knows that they have 0 coverage. You've got to make that catch.
Yeah.
I know it has a little bit of steam on it, but this is a college football player. You've got to make that catch. However, that is a true freshman, number 35, Adai, trying to make that play.
Out of Miami, Florida. 4th down and 2. On a must-have drive. 56% on the year on conversions. Jackson's in trouble and down. David Bailey, he is a sack machine. 4 big tackles, 1 for a loss in that BYU win a week ago. 12.5 sacks on the season. And great field position now for Texas Tech.
This is what you don't want. You know that they're going to throw the ball where these pass rushers are going to get off the ball quickly, beat the hands down, and get to Taven Jackson. David Bailey, one of the best pass rushers in not only the Big 12, but in the country.
Well, 12.5 sacks now. He leads them and leads the country in sacks overall. Texas Tech takes over at the 44 of the Knights. Morton. Little check down to Virgil, who already has a touchdown today. Lewis Carter, who's been getting the lion's share of tackles after a gain of 3, makes it 2nd down and 7.
When in the field, we have not seen much man-to-man coverage from UCF. That is what they're accustomed to playing, but they just aren't playing it today.
Marker comes down late at the end of the play, thrown by the referee, Henry Johns. John Walker made the stop of Jacoby Williams.
Holding. Offense, number 70. 10-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Jacob Ponton, the right tackle, is guilty. This is a pretty stout offensive front. J-Dose is playing a little banged up. Cash Cleveland getting a lot of playing time today as a result.
It always happens right there. You see he's trying to disengage. Nice job of LeBlanc forcing the official to make the call.
Tell you, Derek LeBlanc is a load. 6'5", 310. Out of Opelika, Florida. There goes Douglas. Caleb Douglas. So many weapons, Devin. So many. Pick up a 15.
Yeah, and those weapons can get loose because of those offensive linemen that get out in front center. Sheridan Wilson and big right tackle that just committed the hold, Jacob Ponton, get in front to create a 3rd down and short.
Williams in motion.
All right, so you move that motion to see what the coverage is. You kind of give some indicators. Look like it might be man-to-man coverage. You got to go to your best man beater.
Oh, nice delay to Williams. Jacoby Williams has the 1st down at the 30-yard line. Take a look at that previous play that got him so close.
All right, you get a little bit behind the chains. Take a look at the offensive lineman, go inside and then come and make plays on those smaller defenders. I'm just telling you, it's difficult for those big offensive linemen to corral those defenders. They do a good job there.
Reverse, Virgil. Reverse.
There goes Virgil.
Oh, yeah. A hop, skip, and a jump touchdown.
Tim, I don't know if you know this or not, but there's a very popular song that the kids know. It's on TikTok, it's everywhere. And the saying it goes, oh my goodness, what happened to Virgil? Well, I'll tell you what happened. He made his way in the end zone for the second time today.
Yeah, you know what? My daughters always tell me about TikTok.
I don't know if they know about that one yet.
No, I think they do, actually, yeah. And by the way, if we do something at halftime that makes TikTok, they'll be the first to know.
Let's not do anything to get on TikTok.
Yeah. Let's take it. How Virgil? Oh my goodness, Virgil here.
Oh my goodness, what happened to Virgil? Well, what happened is first he has great speed, so the one unblocked guy he can't get to him, and then the rest of it, just like his previous touchdown on the jet sweep, is all speed into the end zone. I talked to him on the field before the game, and he was eager to make plays, whether in the pass game. He didn't tell me he's going to get 2 carries for 2 touchdowns.
I love the fact that he just went with a little hop and a little skip.
What happened to Virgil?
Oh, my goodness. What happened to him? So I'd say Texas Tech answered the bell, getting that stop after gifting 2 points to UCF with that safety.
Hey, Tim, you know, people who aren't fully adept in Texas Tech football, they probably think, oh, well, he gets runs all the time. Well, no. First 2 of the year, and guess what? 2 touchdowns.
This shows you the dexterity in this offensive scheme. Well, I think we can talk a lot about the way Texas Tech can beat you. If the offense gets stopped, they'll beat you with their defense or with their special teams. They are loaded. Let's go down to Josh.
Well, guys, as you see, Jacob Rodriguez not the only big-time playmaker on this Texas Tech defense. David Bailey leading the nation in sacks, already added to that total today. And I talked to him this week, and he told me part of the reason he transferred from Stanford to Texas Tech is to make impact plays like the ones we've seen from him this season. And what's more, he told me he's actually a better pass rusher. He learned new techniques from this Texas Tech coaching staff when he came here. We're seeing those moves show out there on the field today, guys.
Yeah, and a lot of the credit goes to Zarnell Fitch, their D-line coach. They do such a nice job of making sure that there is no wasted periods in practice. When it's special teams period, they make sure that they get as much pass rush practice as they can, and you can see it's paying dividends.
Nixon, now with a shotgun, gets ahead. Healthy gain on first down. They haven't had much of that today. Brendan Jordan makes the stop. Give him at least 7 yards on that play, maybe 8. 2nd and 2 coming up. Last couple of drives, they've accumulated 54 yards. Those first drives, they got nothing on first down. Absolutely nothing. Wayne Thomas now is the setback. They moved him from wide receiver to running back here. Now they set him in motion. Look out for that screen action. Underneath, intercepted by Rodriguez. Jacob Rodriguez, the big play.
I mean, what patience, what instincts. He sees this play developing the entire time, but he doesn't move too fast. He's right here on your screen. He doesn't move too fast. He sees what's happening. He waits, and then he reacts. The ball is his, and again, that's why Jacob Rodriguez is a Heisman contender.
By the way, what a mistake by Taven Jackson. He had Speedy Thomas wide open, who had just gone into motion, and then I thought he panicked by letting that one go into traffic.
The patience, the poise. He looks like a really veteran drop-back passer, but on the defensive side of the ball, watching it develop and then reacting to get the interception.
His instincts are his catalyst. His main catalyst are his instincts. Dickey settles in on the curl. Has it at the 17-yard line. Lewis Carter again the stop, a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4.
So a few tackles, 4th interception on the season. He's got a touchdown today.
Yeah.
What more is he going to do?
I'm thinking maybe accept a plane ticket to New York.
You think he's going to bring you, Tim?
Yeah. Well, we're doing our part. We're doing our part. 2nd and 4. Morton against some pressure. It's caught. Caleb Douglas has it inside the 10. These guys are just carefree and enjoying life after a gain of 8.
And such a good detailed route by Caleb Douglas. Take a look at him right there in the slot. He goes vertical with patience, snaps it down, nose over the toes, puts the defender on the ground, but he just doesn't have enough space to get the yak. He might have been able to get in the end zone.
1st and goal. Morton with all kinds of time.
Virgil.
It's caught. Reggie. Oh my goodness, what's happened to Virgil today?
Oh my goodness, what happened to Virgil?
Hey, I can take direction. 3rd touchdown for Virgil, 6th receiving this year.
He's in motion, then he gets across the field. That deep over is so difficult to cover. You see him throw his hand up, and his quarterback, Baron Morton, who's playing really good today, finds him. Now he's just got to throw one, huh, Tim?
Yeah. Wow.
He's got 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yep.
He's got a receiving touchdown. He's got a really nice catch on the first drive. Now he's just got to throw one. You think they have one in the plan?
Well, if they don't, they can draw one up at halftime.
I don't see why not. It's a really nice throw, too. In between 2 defenders, you can see a lower defender, a defender man-to-man. I talked about UCF not really playing a lot of man-to-man. Well, they get in the man-to-man there, and Baron Morton makes them pay, but it all started with the Heisman contender, Jacob Rodriguez, on the interception.
You know, you think about them offensively this season, it pays to think big picture. Baron Morton got hurt early in the year. They don't win the Utah game without a healthy Will Hammond.
Oh, yeah.
Will Hammond carries them for a few games. Yeah, he's the future of the program. And then he tears an ACL, so he's out. But Morton is able to get upright, and they've been very patient with him. He's seasoned enough that he doesn't have to practice very much. In fact, he'll wear a boot around town. He didn't like wearing it for a while.
He's such a tough guy. He said, I'm not wearing the boot.
Yeah.
It makes me look soft, and you know, it's like, yeah, but you're going to play. You're not soft. Wear the boot.
Well, speaking of the Heisman, how about the Heisman Watch, sponsored by Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, you got a lot of guys, and Marcel Reed, I didn't see the game, but coming back from so many points down, I'm sure he had a few Heisman moments.
30-3, they were down.
Oh, my goodness. And then Jacob Rodriguez today is putting on a show defensively and offensively.
But I got to tell you, right now, my leader in the clubhouse is Fernando Mendoza.
Oh, after that Heisman moment he had, so impressive. But how about this Heisman contender? A touchdown early, right? And then he has some nice tackles there mixed in, you know, nothing to write home about. But then this play, the interception.
And on 1st down, Comercant on the receiving end. By the way, talking about Reed, as you were a moment ago, and that come from behind win. He had 439 yards passing, a career high, and he had to have all of them late in the second half to come down from a 30-3 deficit to beat South Carolina in College Station.
That's nice, Tim, but our Heisman contender was just in on that play again.
Yeah, again. Marker down.
Yeah, we've got one of those in our game as well, Tim. We've got a Heisman contender, and he's putting on a show offensively, and obviously he's got a defensive.
Offside. Defense number 31 in the neutral zone, causing the offense to react. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
In track and field, on sprinting, we call that a pile, somebody coming out of the starting blocks a little soon. David Bailey, because he's so quick, has that quick twitch that coaches talk about. He'll be guilty of that from time to time, a mistake of aggression.
Of course, if you're an offense and you're playing against Texas Tech, you got to make sure you mix up your snap count, because he studies, he makes sure he knows what your snap count is, he gets the tails so that he can get off the ball and get those sacks.
2nd down and 5. David Jackson trying to bounce back from that pick, and another pre-snap penalty. Should be a false start.
Yeah, left tackle Paul Rubelt moved a little quickly there, trying to get out of his stance because the other guy.
False start. Offense, number 62. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
It's not just David Bailey. Every rusher on the outside, you got Romello Height, you got number 18, Terrell Tillman. They all can rush, and so you've got to get out of your stance quickly. He gets out just a bit too early, and the officials catch it. I mean, he's about as mountain of a man as you have in all of football. 6'10", 310 pounds. You're going to see him every time.
After this play, the 2-minute timeout is coming as they throw a little hitch out to Demarcant. Not much that time.
Tim, we flipped a coin for a front seat earlier.
Yeah.
And that giant man, he would for sure win and get to sit in the front seat. 6'10", wow.
He would be in the, he'd be riding the shotgun, no question about it.
Let's go, boys.
One thing I've noticed about football fans is they all talk like the players can actually hear them.
Proud of you. Looking good. Keep it up.
But when you have Geico Insurance, you'll always be heard. They have top-notch customer service with people who really care.
There you go. That's how you run inside zone.
Anything for you, bud.
Cool. Could you pass the ball?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Just pass the ball.
Yeah, just pass.
Okay.
Pass it.
It feels good to be heard. It feels good to Geico.
Don't get them a Yeti.
Game, and Jacob Rodriguez, what a performance, and 6th player in the last 10 years to have a rushing touchdown, defensive interception in the same game, and who knows what might be coming next for number 10. Taven Jackson flushed from the pocket, looking for some help, and now decides to tuck it and run. Shoved out of bounds after a healthy gain by Ben Roberts. By the way, I wanted to mention this because I remember the day. They were honoring the 1993 National Championship women's basketball team that Cheryl Swoops was part of during our last break. And what a magnificent talent she was, and that team is. The 30th anniversary celebration underway. Here it's 4th down and 3 for UCF.
And obviously in normal situations, you wouldn't go for it in this area of the field. However, 35-2, you've got to pull out all the stops.
Nixon, boy, going to be close. I think he made it.
Yeah, I think he did, just by that hair on his chin.
Or the chin strap.
He got a left foot spot.
Yeah, he did. Got to get left foot spots if you want to make it when it's that close.
Yeah, of course. He does a nice job of getting downhill and continuing to drive his legs. And the fact that he's on top of a Texas Tech defender is what allowed him to slide through and get that first down.
From the 35, first down. Jackson, run down from behind. These guys are so quick. Romello Height is another one. Call it the dog position. Well, he is a dog. Look at this from above.
You remember I talked about all the other rushers? Well, here's another one. Romello Height does a nice job. First with speed off the ball, a little 1-2 like he's going to release as a wide receiver, and then he just chases Taven Jackson down.
Texas Tech has taken a timeout, and with that, let's find out what's coming up at halftime. Here's Sarge, Mike Hill in Los Angeles.
Coming up is the State Farm halftime. Texas A&M gets all they can handle from South Carolina. Alabama looking for some payback against Oklahoma, plus Michigan on the ropes against Northwestern. Could they pull it out? Tim and Devin, ooh, we gonna knock you out at the half. Ooh, I'm so pretty. Come join us. Ooh, hey.
I'm pretty.
You know, Sarge, you're being awfully truculent.
Well, I'm just telling you, if that's good, then I think Sarge is that.
As you know, I have been covering this sport for quite some time, Muhammad. And there's no question in my mind that Sarge is a versatile talent that can handle both halftime and fighting in the corner against the ropes.
Yeah, that's all good, Howard. But ain't I pretty? Ain't I pretty?
I've told you that many times. Now stop messing with my toupee. Out of the shotgun, quick curl, ball hangs around in the air. Boy, that was almost picked off. And Rodriguez was very near to it, as were a number of other Red Raiders.
I mean, that's a really nice job by Taven Jackson of anticipating who's going to be open, putting it right on his face. You've got to make that catch if you're number 89, Caleb Rollerson.
Guy that had really the best shot at it was Height, and then Ben Roberts late. 3rd down and 14.
3rd and long, you got to watch those rushers. You got 2 of them.
I'll just give it to Nixon and punt it away.
I think it's smart. You've got to concede there because your tackles are on islands and you are not able to block these guys. You've got to make sure you try to protect your quarterback here still early in the game, even though you're down by a bunch, and punt this ball away.
And Texas Tech, no doubt, says, wait a minute, we're calling a timeout. We want the ball back. They're making a statement here. Yep. Listen, you can make a strong case that at number 6 in the country, there's Sheil Wood, the young defensive coordinator. What a great staff Joey McGuire's put together with Leftwich and Sheil Wood, who came over from Houston, calling the shots for his defense. But you can make a strong case. Their only loss was to an Arizona State team that was still loaded with great talent when you think about it, right? Tyson was still there.
Yep.
I mean,
the Big 12 Player of the Year from a year ago was the
quarterback. So
and Texas Tech was without their quarterback.
Right. And they've blown out everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, blown people out.
Dominated the football game.
Yeah.
Including BYU, that everybody thinks a lot of. They control that game from start to finish.
Yeah. And other teams are ranked ahead of them solely on brand name. Solely on brand name.
I don't know, Tim. 6 is pretty good, though.
Pure playoff privilege.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Tim, I don't know, man. That might be a little early to go pure playoff privilege, right?
No, it's never too early. But Harry will punt it away again. High, end over end. Jacoby Williams will let it bounce. He gets a healthy roll to go with it. Earlier today, we mic'd up Jacob Rodriguez before the game. He's a little more talkative these days now that he's in the Heisman race.
We hooping right now. I got to pitch first. I'm going to go throw over here, and then we can go hit one. No, not at all.
Thank you.
Did you hear that, kid? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Tim.
Jacob Rodriguez taking care of his people.
Yeah, you see him getting his throwing in. You never know. He might throw a pass. He's a former quarterback.
Mitch Griffiths is in at quarterback, and they run a quick curl for him to get that completion to start to Terrence Carter Jr., and he gets 8 yards on first down. This youngster was pouring concrete a year ago. That's right, you heard me correctly. Pouring concrete. Here he run a little shovel pass to Jacoby Williams for a first down.
Now, Tim, hold on now.
Yeah.
They told us he plays a little like, I don't know, Johnny Manziel.
Uh-huh.
And early, already, on a 2-minute drive, they trust to put him in the game, and that's a Johnny Manziel-esque type play.
Oh, no doubt. Williams again. Oh, boy, talk about yak yardage. Out to the 40, stopped the clock after the first down. Now, he is destined to be a coach. In fact, in a year or two, probably will be a coach. But without Will Hammond, you're thinking, okay, well, what if something were to happen to Morton? Well, Will Hammond told us at Fast Friday workout yesterday, there's another completion to Caleb Douglas. Will Hammond said, oh, no problem. This kid Griffiths can play.
Yeah,
he's ready to go.
He said, listen, if we put him in the football game, we're for sure going to win the game. There was no doubt in his mind. And how about that hole shot that he just threw to Caleb Douglas? What a throw in between the corner and the safety. That is not an easy throw to make.
By the way, Will Hammond, that's Baron Morton right there. But Will Hammond is the youngster that came in for an injured Morton at TCU a couple of years ago as a freshman. I mean, had hardly broken a sweat on the field of play, and he almost brought them to victory, if not for a great game by Chandler Morris. Look at this. It's caught. It's touchdown. It's Douglas. Big time. Hello, Mr. Griffiths. How do you do? Marker down. May have stepped out. We'll see, but there's a marker, too.
The result of the play was a touchdown. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 79 of the offense for taunting. 15-yard penalty being enforced on the kickoff. That's number 79's first unsportsmanlike in the game.
Yeah, they're going to take a look at that,
yeah,
and that's going to come back.
Review it. That's Will Hammond, by the way, with a towel over his neck. We were touching.
Ruling on the field of a touchdown is under further review.
Yeah.
And I know this isn't going to be a touchdown. They're going to be a little
But
far from the end zone.
What a play.
You're absolutely right. I mean, he comes in off the bench cold, hasn't played just yet. And this is not like some regular situation. They're getting him in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? Will Hammond is no longer done. This is a very smart decision, not only by head coach Joey McGuire, but offensive coordinator Mac Leftwich, of getting this guy real reps.
Well, my goodness, we finally reached Dean Blandino status on one of our games.
It's almost like he hates us.
Yeah, I was
Dean,
concerned.
Explain yourself.
I helped start this guy's career, for crying out loud.
What's going on?
Hello, Dean.
You did. And I'm going to explain the officiating part of this, but I need you guys to respond to me as Muhammad Ali and Howard Cosell, okay? Please. So the left foot is out of bounds at the 2. You can see that there. And why this is even bigger than not a touchdown.
After
now we
further
got the
review,
15-yard
the
penalty.
receiver stepped out of bounds at the 2-yard line. The 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct will be enforced from there. We 1st and 10 from the 17.
Well,
clock will start on the snap.
Hey, now, Dean Blandino, what were you saying about how pretty I am?
Exactly, right? Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. We know.
Oh,
hey.
Rumble, young man, rumble.
I knew Blandino before he became cool. Before he became cool at Fox as a noteworthy understudy to Mike Pereira, who lays claim to all of his success. That's where it took place.
He was my pickleball partner at
the seminar?
In the seminar, yeah.
Yeah.
We were awful. Mostly because of me, though.
Gus Johnson was my golf partner, but he stiffed me. He didn't show up. I couldn't believe it. He stiffed me.
I'm just going to go on the limb and say maybe Virgil here.
Oh, another dynamic play opportunity. Flags down again as the pass is caught by Jacoby Williams. Gus has always had a good excuse. He was offered dinner by somebody that was more important than me.
Holding. Number 70, the offense. 10-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
Oh, boy, that's not good news. Hobbling Jacoby Williams after going down. They're going to need him to stay healthy.
Yeah, of course.
He and Cameron Dickey, 2 outstanding backs. Adam Hill will also get some playing time. It's not as if they don't have some depth, but those 2 are very special, what they can do in this offense of Mac Leftwich's. Stone Harrington's going to come in for a field goal. Let's see where it might have happened.
You can see him jump on that lower half.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't speculate, but hopefully he is okay. Like you said, he's going to be very vital and important to their success. Obviously, Cameron Dickey, outstanding runner, but this is the changeup. Jacoby Williams, he's got ability to run between the tackles, but he also catches the ball out of the backfield very well. They have a really good 1-2 punch in those 2 guys.
Hey, once I'm done with you in a couple of weeks, it's time for basketball for me. And tonight, a huge Fox College Hoops doubleheader. Number 7, BYU. Number 3, UConn in Boston. Our friends Brandon Gaudin and the governor, Bill Raftery, will be on hand. And then at 9, women's hoops, South Carolina at number 8, USC. Aaron Goldsmith and Sarah Kustok. One of the most talented analysts you'll find will be on hand for that.
Tim, before this field goal, I want to make it clear. I'll be done with you in a couple weeks.
Of the long and winding road of season 2 with me. 45-yard attempt here for Stone Harrington. Slight angle left. Right through the uprights. That catapults the lead to 36, 38-2 at the break. Man, has this been a performance, a statement by the number 6 team in the country, and I don't think that's good enough. I really don't. That's our halftime score, and let's go to Mike Hill, Chris Peterson, and Bruce Feldman. Fellas, how do you do?
We do.
It's official. Texas Tech is number 6, and that bullet is coming out of a howitzer as they continue to skyrocket here at halftime on Fox, along with Devin Gardner and Josh R. Sims. Tim Brando, happy to have you with us. And the star of this movie, this Texas Tech movie, without question, is Jacob Rodriguez.
Yeah.
He put on an incredible show. Started on the defensive end, but a lot of other people got going as well. But
Of
Jacob
course.
is the star.
He is the star, and they got him in the game to have a little bit of a Heisman moment. He gets in the end zone, puts the Red Raiders on the board, but this is where he makes his money. His ability to diagnose, have instincts, and make plays. How about that catch from a linebacker? He's a former quarterback. But, Tim, there's a co-star, and his name is Reggie Virgil, who, if not for Texas Tech, could be in Oxford, Ohio, playing in the middle of the week. But instead, he's in beautiful Lubbock, Texas, 85-degree weather.
Yeah.
And he's got 7 touches and 3 touchdowns for the number 6 team in the country. He has been exceptional today.
Well, even if that were true in the last few weeks, might not have been seen anyway. But the reality is he's at Texas Tech.
Oh, yeah.
And he's doing a whale of a job, and that young man has led the way. Look at that. The history that's been made and continues being made, incredible. The fireworks go off to open half number 2. And let's go down to the one and only Josh R. Sims.
Well, I asked Scott Frost if he's going to continue to alternate quarterbacks here in the second half. He said, yes, they are both going to continue to play. They need to play better, but that goes for everybody on the roster, up and down. He wants to see his guys out here fight. He said, every day is an audition. He said, I know I have some tough guys on this team. I know how those particular guys will respond, but I want to see how everybody is going to respond and fight despite this score here in the second half, Timmy B.
Every day's an audition. I've heard that before somewhere.
Oh, yeah?
I've heard that before. Scott gets it. He does. And it's only a matter of time before he has this UCF program right back where it was when he left. And on first down, Jaden Nixon gets it out for a couple of yards. It'll be second down and 8.
For UCF, the issue in the first half was their inability to create productive first down plays. They've got to find a way to be more productive on first down because, as we've talked about throughout the season and in this game, first down production is directly correlated to making sure you're ahead of the chains and getting short third down opportunities.
Extra tight end in the game. They go over the middle to find one of them. Kylan Fox, number 1, his first reception. Sophomore out of Valdosta, Georgia, gain of 10.
Hey, Tim, you know another way to avoid those third down woes? Get the first down on second down.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Stay out of them.
A very nice job by Taven Jackson there, standing strong in the pocket and finding his OTB, the over the ball for a first down pickup.
UCF has Oklahoma State coming up next, and then they close out their year at BYU. And unless the score changes dramatically, they're going to have to win out to get there. Nixon. And forward progress was stopped before being pushed back by Big Lee Hunter, the senior from Mobile, Alabama.
Lee Hunter just does such a nice job in the middle, man. He is special. His strength, the ability to lock out and be strong at the point of attack and just simply wait for the running back to come to him, disengage, and make the play.
Talk about a load. He is that. Second and 8 from just shy of the 40-yard line. They're getting it out as fast as they can. I understand why you have to do that. I mean, I do. That's Speedy Thomas on the receiving end. The problem against Texas Tech is that their linebacking core and their rovers and safeties are so quick. You just can't beat them to the edge.
Yeah, of course. You obviously have Jacob Rodriguez and Ben Roberts, but how about John Curry, number 6, the only sophomore starter on this defense from Lubbock, Texas. He does a nice job in making that defense look even faster than it actually is.
Well, what a wonderful conversation we had with him, right? I mean, talking about what it was like to be out. That pass incomplete, could have been picked off, and there's a late flag thrown in an area where holding could be the call. DJ Black, the intended receiver. Dante Balfour was in coverage, number 20. Maybe a late hit here on the quarterback.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Yep. Defense number 2, 15-yard penalty automatic, first down.
Crowd doesn't like that, but Lee Hunter did get him a little late here.
All right, let's see. He's right in the middle of your screen. He beats his... Yeah, he's about to hit him for sure.
Yeah.
You know. I mean,
he tried to hold up. Yeah, but when you're that big, it's hard to stop, right?
He barely touched him, but he's so big and strong.
Yeah.
Of course he's going to fall to the ground.
Well,
so.
I mean...
hey, Lee Hunter, you do better, young man.
And by the way, Taven Jackson, very wisely...
Good job.
Yeah, took the fall.
Fall down.
Yeah. On first down. Just the pressure is so intense. He pulls it down. Jaden Cofield, number 51, playing the nose when Lee Hunter is out of there. There's a look at Curry.
How about 6'4", 330 Lee Hunter comes out. In comes 6'2", 330 Jaden Cofield, who makes that play. I mean, it's really good to have a big, strong, stout backup to come in when Lee Hunter goes to the sideline.
4 sacks. Texas Tech.
Trying to get the call from the sideline. They can't see. That Lubbock sun shining bright.
UCF gets a timeout. Shieldwood will talk about it. He's the guy with the shades on. Texas Tech leading 38-2, just underway, second half. And by Ram Drutz. Nothing. I mean nothing stops Ram. 38-2 our score, down to Josh Sims.
Well, guys, if you remember against BYU, Texas Tech had to settle for a lot of field goals in that game. I asked head coach Joey McGuire what's different this time around. He said execution and fewer penalties. Happy with how his team performed in the first half, able to get Baron Morton in and out. And he said you can't say enough about Jacob Rodriguez and his performance. Guys, keep talking about him. So this is for you.
Indeed. Wayne Thomas Jr. on the receiving end of that pass. And, yeah, the red zone execution has been much better. And, look, they have not played, I still believe this, they've not played their best game yet. Their ceiling, in my opinion, is so much higher than some of the other teams ranked ahead of them. That's a beautiful pass caught by Waden Charles, number 19. Really the best throw we've seen from Taven Jackson. That was an Elite 11 kind of throw.
I mean, this is a beautiful throw. He recognizes the coverage. It's cover 2. You want to get to that hole shot if you don't go to the middle, and he sticks that football on the sideline. A thing we do at the Elite 11, on the first night, we do what we call a rail throw challenge, right? Which is what you just saw there. Yeah. A throw up the rail, but it has to be up and down quickly before the safety. A perfect execution of that by Taven Jackson.
I mean, now you can see where the potential truly is in him. Over the middle, wide open and caught for the touchdown, Dylan Wade. I think he came down gingerly, unable to get up, but that was a beautiful grab. He had to have the principal verticality working for him to go up and grab it. It was a little high, but he hauled it in. That's his second touchdown. And Taven's 6th touchdown strike in the air. This is really an outstanding target, this tight end.
You can see him there kind of hidden, and he starts out, looks like he might be blocking, and then he just basically goes on what we call a Texas route, right? Where you go outside, and then you just come inside kind of in that slant angle, and a really nicely thrown ball by Taven Jackson gives him a chance to catch the football. Either he gets it or no one does, and a nice job to make that catch after skying up and grabbing it.
Somewhere in the way he came down with the ball is where he injured himself. You see Scott out there with the training staff to make sure he's okay. But good for this kid. Taven Jackson's had a rough few weeks. And on that particular drive, you could really see it. You know, you touched on this because you've been with these Elite 11 quarterbacks all the time, Dante Moore among them. But you don't see at the Elite 11 how they handle pressure.
Of course, because, you know, it's shorts and T-shirts.
Yeah.
Right, so you can see the talent, but anybody who's played at a high level, you know, it's not all about how talented you are. Obviously, you need talent, but that intestinal fortitude, who are you when the pressure is at its highest? Who are you when the fire is hot? That's what you don't get to see in those types of settings.
Absolutely. 8 plays, 75 yards. I mean, that's the whole first half. The whole first half, they had 58 total yards. So I'd say success, finally, for UCF.
What average holiday shopping feels like. What shopping at Duluth Trading feels like. Grab the holidays by the boughs and gift Duluth Trading. Online and in-store.
Here's them, Coach. Media's here. Watch me work, baby.
I'm sure they're here to see the commissioner of coverage.
Flat. Excuse me, Commissioner. When health insurance doesn't cover everything, what's the move? Aflac.
What the commissioner means is that Aflac gives you cash to help with all those medical bills.
We think you're amazing.
They came to see you, huh? Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover with
Aflac.
How do we get Aflac?
Man, they gotta ask about it at work.
They are working.
At the top, you need to be a little bit more effective at the top.
A little more.
Punch it. You got to punch it.
A little more.
Yeah.
All right, Tim, I'm working
This
now. I'm
scoring
working.
summary.
This scoring summary is sponsored by Modelo.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Now recruiting full-time fans. Please drink responsibly.
And the Tim Brando Broadcasting School is brought to you by yours truly.
Not solely about sponsorship.
A nice 75-yard drive, too, on 8 plays. And here comes the return. Christian Gentry, reserve wide receiver, bringing it out. We'll see a lot of reserves in this second half, one would think. And by the way, Mitch Griffiths, who got into the game late for that last drive, we see a marker down, so hold everything.
Offside. Kicking team number 0. 5-yard penalty, be tacked on to the end. For the run, first down.
Thank you, Henry Johns.
Tim,
quick with the explanation.
I'm just telling you, they've been offsides a number of times.
Yeah.
The very first kickoff, they were offsides, and they did not call it, but they get him here.
So Griffiths, who had that outstanding last drive, this young man that was pouring concrete a year ago, got a call back from Mac Leftwich, who had recruited him initially when he wound up going to Wake Forest. Now think about this. He's going to play, as you like to say, with his hair on fire.
Oh, absolutely.
And they need him to get as many reps as possible given the situation with Will Hammond.
Yeah, of course. And as this play kind of develops, Cameron Dickey up the right sideline, just always doing his thing. Any quarterback can be good with a Cameron Dickey number 8 in black.
Why
Sorry,
not?
Tim, go ahead.
That's fine. That's wonderful. They've all got quarterback numbers, so let the kid run.
But as I was saying, you know, they brought him in, and they had him talk to the team in camp and let them know after that gain of 26 by Dickey, they wanted him to let the team know about gratefulness, right, and understanding that this is a privilege to play football here because he was pouring concrete.
Absolutely.
I'm just telling you, Tim, I've never poured concrete. I don't want to do it. Much rather be on a football team.
Yeah, that pass is caught by Coy Aiken.
Right, so when you have that kind of experience in your life where you thought football was over and you've got a job and you feel like you might be pouring concrete for the rest of your life, and you get this opportunity, you take full advantage. So that's why he's going to play with his hair on fire. But also, Texas Tech needs to know exactly what they have. Because of the health of Baron Morton and Will Hammond, we know that you may not be able to finish the season with just one quarterback. They need to know that he can perform and have the team trust in him.
On 2nd and 8, up the gut with Cameron Dickey. Stopped at the 35 by Lewis Carter. I never had a job that didn't have a microphone within it. The only job that I had that did not entail a microphone in my mouth was throwing a paper route when I was in the 7th grade.
Well, Tim,
that was the only time.
I think I beat you. I've never had a job that entailed not having a microphone, excluding playing football.
That's true. Yeah, you had a little bit of an edge that you were talented in other areas.
Wait, time out. You're that season that you threw real newspapers?
I am. That ball was batted down. Great work by Malachi Lawrence. Now, this is a kid that is a big-time talent that will play on Sundays, and he's banged up coming in. I mean, he's not 100%.
Yeah, and Scott Frost was very impressed with his development since the new staff has gotten here. Right, obviously, things are different. He's been here for a very long time, but that's a nice job of someone getting their hands up, and then him almost having the awareness and being able to make an interception, a big play. But he's a guy that could have commanded real money on the market and gone somewhere else, but he stayed, he trusted in Scott Frost, and I think it's going to pay off for him because he's become a better, not only player, but teammate.
This is a 53-yard try for Stone Harrington. Got it. R.J. Jackson batted it. Malachi Lawrence had a chance for a pilfer. Didn't happen. Texas Tech will shuffle out of there with 3 and extend their lead here at home on Senior Day in lovely Lubbock, Texas.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diane.
Hi, I just received my new Discover card. It says cash back on every purchase. What's cash back?
It's new. Buy what you need, earn a little extra back.
Even on walkie-talkies, rope, and a baseball bat?
You betcha.
10 to 15 pumpkins? That works.
Absolutely.
How about flowers?
What he meant to say was, Flamethrower.
A what?
How do I go that big without spending that much?
Head to Lowe's. They have cool decorations like Bumble and the Grinch.
Lowe's helps you get more holiday for less.
If your grandpa...
Oh, it feels good to Geico. That night gets around. 21-9 our score. Dwayne Thomas is back deep. He'll let it go through for the touchback. And a reminder, tomorrow on Fox, Caleb Williams, he's suddenly gotten to be a scintillating QB. His Bears battle Justin Jefferson and the Vikings, or Sam Darnold and the Seahawks take on Matthew Stafford and the Rams, and other regional action. Check your local listings for the game in your area, only on Fox. UCF looking to continue soaring after that 8-play, 75-yard drive on their last series. Finally getting something done offensively. Adai with a marker down yet again as he gets it up to the 29-yard line, almost the 30.
Yeah, a bit of a takedown by big number 78.
Flag on the play. Holding. Offense number 78. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Preston Cushman is the guilty party. Redshirt junior out of St. Pete. That's their 10th penalty of the day for 92 yards, many of them of the pre-snap variety.
And it's actually a pretty good takedown here. You can see him fire off the ball there. He wraps his arms around him at first, and then he spins him down to the ground. That's illegal, Cotton.
He's smiling about it now, talking to big number 88, Amir Washington.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Thomas, Dwayne Thomas. They'll line him up as a running back many times over. Again, they're without Stacey Gage. They're without Miles Montgomery, who's their best back. And they're having to use Thomas, who's really their second best receiver, at running back.
And take a look at number 1, Colin Fox, get around and lead through to help make this a positive gain. They do a very nice job there picking up some black jerseys, one of them being Jacob Rodriguez, and setting up a second and a little more manageable.
Again, that quick hitch. It'll go ahead to Marcus Burt, number 3, who is their top target. Redshirt senior out of Jacksonville. And they pick up 7, so it's a very manageable 3rd down and 3.
This is where Taven Jackson is at his best. He gets the chance to sit in the pocket, clean pocket, and he can just let his talent show. A nice throw to set up 3rd and short.
This may be one of those down and distances where you look for Dylan Wade. He now moves up into a slot. They go tight with the formation. Jackson hurried, flushed, and the change of direction and a beautiful toss to Wade. And yes, sir, right on cue, Dylan Wade has the first down out to the 42. That was a nice ad-lib job by Jackson, his best of the day.
Yeah, this is exactly what Scott Frost wants to see from his quarterback. When it's not perfect, make a play. You go left, boop, right foot in the ground, going back around. Those guys are much bigger than you, not as nimble, and he finds an open Wade who makes him a move and picks up a first down.
And by the way, in the portal era, which we're in, all right, and you're in the position that this UCF program is in, that thought about every day as an audition really comes to fruition for a guy like Taven Jackson.
Oh, certainly. He's got more football to play. He doesn't know if his future is at UCF. He has to put good things on tape from here on out.
On first down, crossing pattern a little long and a little high for Dylan Wade. Opportunity missed there.
Yeah, you got exactly what you wanted. And for Taven Jackson, if you have a clean pocket, you got to make plays like this. He's standing there, nobody rushing. You want to make this throw on the chest of Wade. He has to reach out. Now, in defense of Jackson, you would love to see him use two hands. I think that that's a good enough throw that Dylan Wade can reach out with two hands. He may be out the back door.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Ajamun Adai remains the setback.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Problems on the snap. He gets on top of it. Wisely just falls on top of it. Dahmerkamp was coming around on a motion. And the snap went awry, and they lose 8, and it could have been worse.
Yeah, it's wide, and it's a really nice job of Taven Jackson just to get on the football. There's not much he could have done there.
Stepping up underneath to Adai. I like this young back. He's run the ball a couple of times this year. Ran for 1,637 yards in high school in Miami. Tell you, with the kind of talent that they have in the state of Florida, a lot is made of that. And I've said this many times, Florida Gator fans hate it when I mention it, but it's true. One of the reasons that's a much tougher job now is because it's not just Florida State in your state anymore. UCF, South Florida, okay? There are a lot of really good teams in that very highly populated and talented state for football players. Great pressure, trying to go underneath to Nixon, and it was well diagnosed by Ben Roberts, the Mike linebacker. Jackson struggling to get back up. He got popped pretty good that time.
Yeah, that's a really nice job by Ben Roberts, just diagnosing what's happening, defeating a block, and making the play.
Hope that young man's okay, because as they say in the business, he felt him, didn't he? He felt that.
Your personal finances start with you, but their impact can reach even further. With a right financial plan, your money can be a tool for giving thanks, planning ahead, and spreading joy. For lifting people up, putting down roots, and bringing loved ones home. However you spend this holiday season, Thrivent can help you plan your finances for the people, causes, and communities you're most thankful for. Thrivent, where money means more.
Fun. He'll knock you around and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
The autumn wind that blusters through at the collegiate level is right here in Lubbock, Texas.
Red Raiders.
Yes, indeed. 1st and 10 from the 45 of UCF. Cameron Dickey seldom goes down after one contact. He's always using those legs, keeps churning them. 2nd down and 6 after a pickup of 4. They move quickly here. Griffiths remains in at quarterback. On the quick slant, caught for a 1st down to the 30-yard line. As they look at Taven Jackson over there. That catch made by Bryson Jones.
Yeah, this should have been a roughing the passer. The ball's clearly out. Bailey dives at his legs, hits the quarterback low. It should have been a roughing the passer, and UCF actually should have the football still. It's good to see him getting his shoe back on, and it looks like he's going to be able to go back in the game.
As we come back to live action after a gain of 7 on the previous play. 1st down. Griffiths. Ball's tipped into the air and falls incomplete. Yeah, it seems that a lot of times when the big linemen come through, even if it's just a touch, but they hit them high, they're going to get flagged.
Yeah.
That was an obvious. You cannot go low like that.
That's much more dangerous.
You hurt quarterbacks that way.
Yeah, it's much more dangerous. So that's a miss, but the officials have been overall fairly clean and have done a really nice job. That's just a miss there, and UCF fans aren't going to be happy, of course, and their quarterback is limping on the side.
Henry Johns is an outstanding referee, one of the best white hats in the business. As Griffiths has to unload, and it falls incomplete. Isaiah Nixon coming through there, the backup defensive end behind Najee Kelly, number 6, with the pressure. 3rd and 10. They're going deep into that depth chart now.
Yeah, a lot of guys who haven't seen a ton of action this season are in the game right now. And one of them that I really like is true freshman Bryson Jones. He's got 3 catches, 63 yards on the season, and 2 touchdowns, right? I really love his upside. He's on the bottom of your screen right here.
And Micah Hudson, also a good receiver, 14. Griffiths, that pass is caught. It's Cameron Dickey for the first down. Inside the 20 to the 19, and again, Lewis Carter. Boy, he's going to need the whirlpool after this game. He's been all over the place for UCF.
Yeah, this is just the old halfback option, and you know you can get to that late because it takes a second to develop. A very nice job by Griffiths of going left first and then coming back to Dickey to pick up a first down.
58 yards rushing, 2 receptions for 17 yards for Cameron Dickey today. Here he goes again. There he goes again. First and goal. Mari Henderson with a saving tackle, a gain of 16. I mean, this Texas Tech offense, no matter who's the quarterback, they are just a juggernaut today. Dickey. UCF stiffens. Boy, you try to get inside that A gap, B gap, and it's tough to get yardage. Philip Dunham came up to help out guys like LeBlanc and Isaiah Nixon.
Hey, Tim, DeAnthus Upshaw Jr., number 49. He usually wears number 65 and plays a little tight end. He's wearing number 49 right now. He is in the football game. Could he touch the football?
DeAnthus Upshaw Jr., redshirt freshman from Irving, Texas. Dickey remains the setback. One more time. Touchdown. Second touchdown today, his 13th of the year. And the lead up to 47-9 with the extra point to come.
Tim, early in this game, you kind of started off by saying Texas Tech is making a statement.
Yeah.
And it's so true, and obviously it's continued to hold true. This is a team where I don't think they're getting all the respect that they deserve.
They are not.
And because of the past, maybe they didn't play as much defense as you'd like, and maybe they didn't run the ball as well as you'd like. Well, all those issues have subsided.
Yeah.
They're great defense.
Well,
they run the football and their quarterbacks are like.
They're getting more credit for the money they've spent in the portal era than they are for the way they've performed on the field of play.
As if there haven't been teams in the country that spent money and it didn't go so well.
Absolutely. Now, time for a quick message from Graduate by Hilton.
Hilton brings you new ways to stay, so you can relive it all, no matter where your team takes you. Stay where school spirit thrives.
Ready for game day?
Absolutely.
Little help?
Oh, sorry. Graduate by Hilton. Book your game day stay.
Hilton for the stay.
Tell you that Jenny Taft, she's got a future in commercials.
Oh, yeah.
There you see Dickey on the sidelines, 48-9. Listen, I don't ever want to sound like a cheerleader or that we're championing one team over another at any given time. But what is highly noticeable, and you're going to see more of it in the weeks that follow, particularly with these Tuesday shows that don't need to be on until the last week of the season, all right? Absolutely, Texas Tech, because of their pedigree, getting way too much credit for how much money was spent on their payroll versus other teams that have spent every bit as much. But they're suddenly supposed to be able to do that because of who they are and the brand they carry.
Yeah.
That is ludicrous.
It's really unfortunate because you're not really talking about the young men on the field who are making this happen. Not to mention savvy moves like bringing in a backup quarterback who's going to be the third string in Mitch Griffiths, right?
Yeah.
Not only for this year, but for the future to help a Will Hammond and to have that depth to prepare you if you do have injuries, right? That's savvy. That isn't just about money. I think that a lot more credit needs to be given to Texas Tech, but I'm just telling you, Coach McGuire doesn't care, and they're going to continue to take their respect.
Good news in that Taven Jackson is back on the field. Nice maneuver there. And Josh R. Sims has more.
Well, guys, Taven Jackson already came up in this game banged up. He had a sleeve already on that left leg after that last drive, got injured, came off. He went to the training table. They put a sleeve on the right leg. He was limping around a lot on the offense, but during that run, saw no limp right there, so he's toughing this one out.
Tell you, that's something his coach and the coaching staff really want to see from him.
Yeah. They want to see toughness. They want to see grit. You remember, their coach is Scott Frost.
Yeah.
That's about as tough as a quarterback we've seen in college football.
Nice curl pattern to Wade and Charles. Gain of 4. 3rd down, a yard to go.
They go quick. Could be a quarterback sneak here. He's going to have to find the crease. There's some big fellas in the middle.
Yeah, keep an eye on Speedy. Dwayne Thomas Jr. Yeah, he does keep it.
He does find the crease. Very nice job of getting movement. That's not an easy task. Those defensive linemen for Texas Tech are very strong and heavy. Nice job by that offensive line of finding a way to get their quarterback the first down.
You know, you think of the advent of UCF and how they came along as a program, and originally in the American, George O'Leary did a nice job. After he left the program, changes were made. They were looking to move up, and obviously they were a group of 5 school when they went undefeated and claimed their version of the national championship when Danny White was athletic director at that time. He's now at Tennessee. Here's Jackson, beautiful play fake, and he goes underneath to Nixon. Jaden Nixon right down the sidelines for the first down. But now, and this was the goal that Scott was talking to us about. Scott said, my job now is to take us to the best place I can take them as a Power 4 school. It was not a Power 4 school when he coached them to the apex of the group of 5.
Of course, and it's obviously a little tougher now because you're in this wide open Big 12. However, it's the best opportunity because of how wide open the Big 12 is.
Absolutely. Especially in the portal era where you can, through the evaluation of talent, get a lot better very quickly, as this Texas Tech team did. And again, to kind of go back to that Texas Tech play, there's no reason for anyone to apologize for taking advantage of the portal era that we're in and saying, you know what, before rev share kicks in, we're going to go all in. Kobe Campbell and others did exactly that. 1st and 10 with the ball at the 47. Swings it out again to a die. Nothing doing.
Hey, Tim, this third quarter is likely going to end, and we're going to go to commercial probably, right? So I just want to foreshadow something. On the other side of a break that we were probably going to take, I'm going to really get you going on some pure playoff privilege. Because for many, many years, it was said that the SEC was spending a lot of money that they shouldn't have been. And now everybody's upset when Texas Tech is doing it legally. I should get you going on the other side, huh?
Yeah. Speaking of those SEC hounds, they're the fighting Pat McAfees are still waving their towels. Put your shirt back on, for crying out loud. You're on television.
Look at the panda.
Hold up. Domino's medium specialty pizzas are just
highest a Texas Tech player has finished in Heisman voting.
I'm going to even give a name here. I'm going to go Graham Harrell, and I'm going to say at least 3rd.
Yeah.
That's my deal.
Well, how about that? Graham Harrell, no question, 2008. And old Donnie Anderson in 1965, 4th on a couple of occasions. Donnie Anderson, who played for the Green Bay Packers, number 44 in that backfield, post Horning and Jimmy Taylor of LSU and Notre Dame fame. It was Donnie Anderson that was very much a part of the 67 Ice Bowl championship in Green Bay.
I'm so upset, Tim. I was going to say 4th, but then I said, you know what? Those stats by Graham Harrell were. And so I went 3rd, but it was really 4th. So sad. How about the red smoke? The autumn wind.
The autumn wind. I will not attempt to do the late John Facenda. Howard, I'll give it a go, but not Facenda. There it is.
I just love it. The little swag surf, you know. Well, we got our traditional swag surf in here. You did good. You're getting better.
They got to take care of the loss of the tortilla throw.
Yeah, you got to do something.
Got to come up with smoke.
Got to find something.
Yeah. More props. We got to have more props.
Taven Jackson can't see now, though.
On a go route. And by the way, I would have hated to have been the receiver there. Poor DJ Black had to be looking up going,
where's the ball?
Where is the ball?
I'm just telling you, that smoke is going to be discontinued, especially at this time of the game.
Oh, yeah, it might come out.
Yeah, because he's fighting the defensive back, but also he's looking up, can't really see the ball.
Yeah, it's...
And his frustration is not only the smoke, but there was a lot of grabbing at his arm.
Sure.
By the defensive back, number 4, Marion Horn.
3rd down and 15.
Marion Horn.
Taven, I think, is waiting for the smoke to clear. And ahead goes Nixon to the 45-yard line in the arms of Jaden Cofield, a sophomore from Austin, Texas.
All right, you almost have to go for it here, right? 48-9. So this is a big time. Well, they're going to punt it. And you would think they try to go for it here, but like I was going to say, that would be big time Romello Height, David Bailey territory, and you just don't want to subject your quarterback to have to hold that football and allow them to rush after him, punt the ball away, and continue to work on playing really good defense.
Scott may actually be waiting for the smoke to clear.
It's like, my guys can't see, no point in throwing it.
Yeah. And the distance probably has something to do with it, too. It is 4th and 11. Christian Gentry is back deep. And they will mark this all the way up to about the 24-yard line. Not his best effort, only 30 yards. You gotta have the swag. Yeah. There's a lot I could say, but I'm gonna lay out on that. We'll be right back.
During its first year, a humpback calf and its mother are almost inseparable. She lifts her calf to its first breath of air and then protects it on their long journey. One of the most important things you can do is help the next generation. Protect the ones you love with Pacific Life's trusted financial solutions. Talk to a financial professional about life insurance and retirement income with Pacific Life.
Turn back time on your engine with Valvoline Restore and Protect, a first-of-its-kind motor oil that removes up to 100% of engine-killing deposits and protects against future damage. Ask for Valvoline Restore and Protect at your next oil change.
Big game tomorrow. You guys ready? Oh, we're ready, Gus.
Which way's our room?
Bring it in. 301, 2 queens, best sleep guaranteed.
When your favorite team needs you at your best, it matters where you stay. Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Love that.
Wendy's new chicken tenders. Saw the seniors down there before the game. Told Jacob Rodriguez, shouldn't that be a 10-gallon hat? And, of course, Baron Morton. Think about this young man. He missed basically the spring because he was banged up. Got in and immediately said, listen, I'm the coach's kid just like our offensive coordinator. We're going to be something special this year. And he became a true leader. Oliver Miles, the receiving end. And a little more here on these two guys, leaders of their respective sides of the ball. And my goodness, what careers each of them have had.
Yeah, it's really cool to see the growth. Right, you get a chance to see these young men as little pups with Similac still on their breath when they first get to college, and then they grow into these fully developed, really nice football players. A really nice job of the defensive end there, knocking that ball away, not allowing to be completed. That's Nigelique Kelly, number 9. But it's really cool to see these little pups grow up. But how about those pups?
Oh man,
look at that baby.
Goodness gracious.
Look at him.
Oh, boy.
A little Similac on the breath.
Yeah,
wet behind the ears.
Absolutely.
Now he's got the eye paint. He's a man.
And those long, lovely locks, right? That pass is intercepted. And on top of it, Philip Dunham. This kid is a wrecking machine.
Yes, he is.
Defensively. We had a flag down, so hold everything.
It might have been a free play opportunity.
Yeah,
like
might be offsides, which will nullify another pick. For
offside.
Dunham.
Defense number 9 in the neutral zone. Snap. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Nigelique Kelly.
Tim, just because it's offside doesn't mean we don't have to marvel at the ability of Philip Dunham. You're going to see right there in the middle of your screen, he's offside, so it's a free play. However, Philip Dunham is about as talented a defensive back as there is in the country.
Yeah, he is.
Last week, 3 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown. He has amazing, I'm talking about amazing instincts.
The nephew of the great Udonis Haslem, who played in the NBA with the Miami Heat, was a Florida Gator Final Four player. Oh, what a pull down by Griffiths. That was incredible. Golf ball tipped right back to him. Talk about an ad-lib. Kelly Lawson shoves him out. But talk about playing with your hair on fire.
Tim, that's a completion for a gain of 10, right? That's a completion to himself. So not only does he have passing yards on the day, he's also got reception yards. Outstanding job by Griffiths. Didn't get enough for the first down, though, so Texas Tech is going to have to hunt it away.
And I love the deke, a little fake.
Little dink, little dunk.
Yeah.
Because guess what? He can't throw the ball again. He's already thrown it once.
That's right.
And he's a veteran. He used to be a captain at Wake, so he understands that. But the defense, they don't know.
Oh,
they don't know what they're doing. So you pump it right in his face, get a little more space, create space for you to punt the ball away.
Yeah, they talk too often. You quarterbacks talk way too often about IQs.
Tim, in our defense,
yes,
you answer this question. Is it intelligent to start off behind by choice?
No.
Well, that's what you do when you choose to play defense. You choose to start off behind.
Yeah. Some people just like to attack.
Are you down with OPP?
I'm down with whatever it is you just said. Yes.
Are we ready for this party?
It feels good to Geico. Everything's feeling good in Lubbock right now. 48-9 our score. Taven Jackson underneath. He's looked good in the second half. He had. Dylan Wade is about a yard shy of the first down. It's become his favorite target, a gain of 9, 2nd and 1. Malik Ascara, number 24, with a stop. Ajamin Adai is the setback. He's played most of this second half. Jaden Nixon is still out there, and he's the only scholarship healthy running back on the team. They're really reaching back and going as deep into the bench as they possibly can to finish out this game and this season. Given all the circumstances, they have to feel that they let one get away last week at home, and they had won 9 in a row in that series at the Bounce House against Houston last week.
And Tim, these are still very valuable reps, not only for Taven Jackson, but for this entire UCF team. Like we talked about at the top, there's still something to play for.
Oh, yeah.
You won 4 games to this point, and there are 3 games left on your schedule. Well, 2 after this one.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, I'm looking forward to my first visit to Orlando since the stadium was built.
Yeah.
I mean, I am. And I know that the fan base there is all in. People forget that UCF is an enrollment of 68,000 people. They got 68,000 students at UCF. And not a lot of history athletically, no. But, boy, are they building on it. Adai got to that second level. That kid is playing hard.
Yeah.
Really hard.
And he has from the beginning. That's really cool to see. A true freshman, you know, he's getting his opportunity. And like I said, these are valuable reps. You're always auditioning. And he's auditioning for his role on this team. A very nice job of getting down the middle for a first down pickup.
True freshman. 20 yards on that play. Jackson. Beautiful pass. I mean, that was a dart to Domerkamp. The ball came free, though. Texas Tech says they have it after the hit. And it looks to be Bryce Ramirez that came out of there with it.
Yeah, and he's still down on the ground.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
That was a very physical hit.
Really on the field. It's a catch and a fumble recovered by the defense.
Yeah.
First down, Texas Tech.
It looked to me in real time as though this was a catch. But watch the hit. What a jolt it was. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Definitely a catch.
Oh. Yeah. And, you know, everyone at home, targeting is a hot topic. They're going to be checking. They're going to be saying, why is that not targeting? Well, because he's not defenseless.
No, and
he's a runner with the football. And so when he's a runner, he doesn't get the protection of a defenseless player. So a vicious hit to the head or neck area, it has to be with the crown of the defender's helmet. And if it's not, even though it is violent across his helmet, it is not targeting.
Right, and Bryce Ramirez hit him with his shoulder, too. This is a jolting hit, yes, but it's with the shoulder. Now, the head did catch part of the helmet of the young man, so we'll see. A lot of concern for the health of that young man. We'll be right back.
I get it. It's hard to change. Me, I'm pretty.
But it was a fumble, and it was not targeting. It was just a vicious hit that led to a turnover. And Bryson Ramirez made a really good, tough defensive football play. On first down for Texas Tech, Adam Hill, number 23, the redshirt freshman from Albany, Texas, gets the carry.
And for those who hate targeting, I want to alert you that they didn't review targeting. They actually reviewed to see if his knee or shin was down before the ball came out. And if you look here, it looks like it's about to go down, but it stays off the ground, and then the ball is out. So I think it's the correct call to keep the call on the field upheld. And I think it's encouraging for the game that they didn't review targeting, because that's a violent football play, and that's what people want to see. As long as it's legal, the letter of the law, it has to be the top 6-inch radius. It wasn't. Good football play.
Second down and 11. And Hill will throw it again. I don't know that he made it back to the line of scrimmage or not. If so, well, they're going to say no, he didn't. So third down and 11 coming up. 9 and change remaining in our game, and Texas Tech with Mitch Griffiths, senior from Ashburn, Virginia. We talked a little bit on his performance at Wake Forest. He was the captain of that team. Highly intelligent player, obviously. Soon to be a coach.
But Tim, hold on now. You said senior is going to give the impression that he doesn't have another year.
But
he's got another one.
He's got another one.
He does. Imagine that. From pouring concrete to making throws like this one.
Right.
For the number 6 team in the country.
Yeah, in a program that is always thinking big picture. That's Gentry on the receiving end for the first down. And with Will Hammond next in line to be the starting quarterback, Hammond knows that having a guy like that behind him will be vital moving forward after Baron Morton moves on.
Yeah, the self-awareness of these quarterbacks, it starts with Baron Morton, right? He's been very self-aware since the start as a young kid, getting thrust into duty, and then you get Will Hammond, and then you bring in another veteran to make sure you continue to groom Will Hammond and make sure he's prepared for his opportunities when they come. He has shown that he is, and then he'll have more opportunities next year.
Yeah, the control and composure he's exhibiting, his absolute pocket presence indicates that, as Hill gets 9 yards on first down. It'll be second and a yard to go. I'm very impressed with what I've seen from this young man. And even yesterday in Fast Friday practice, you could tell that he had great command. And it was at that time that we were talking with Will, who, because of that torn ACL, is unable to go the rest of the year.
Yeah, who's very optimistic. And I'm just telling you, he's going to try to come back sooner than he should, because he's a tough guy. He's got a plan for his life. And I love watching that young guy play. But go ahead.
Yeah. Will actually told us what he's going to do after about 15 years of pro football. He's got that mapped out. Hill again, enough for the first down, so move the chains. Tell the story of what he's mapped out for himself.
So we're sitting there and we're talking to him, and we're like, hey, you know, what would you like to do once you're done playing 13, 14, 15, maybe 35 years in the NFL?
Yeah.
And, you know, he didn't even think. Right? He's straight to it. He said, well, I did an internship when I was younger, and I want to get into turf fields.
Yeah.
Right? I want to be the guy that has all the turf field. And I'm just like, can I have a job? Don't forget me when you're making all that money, staying in football, but not having to get hit.
Yeah. Love those young guys that have plans in college. Already know what they're destined to do. A little quick hitch. It's caught by Hayden Wigington, 5'11", 190-pounder, out of Heritage High School with Lillian, Texas. There's Will. He looks like Opie on the Andy Griffith Show, doesn't he? He's got those red cheeks, red hair.
Oh, yeah.
He looks like he's walking down the street looking for Barney Fife and Thelma Lou. Second down and 7. Probably my favorite part of this job, besides getting to work the games on Saturday, is getting to meet the players.
Oh, man.
Every week. It's so much fun.
I thought you were going to say the 3 or 4 days you get to spend with me.
Well, that too.
Oh.
But that time that we spend with the players is cool. Fantastic.
It's so transparent, so organic, right? You know, you guys like Howard Sampson, and getting to talk to yesterday John Curry, a sophomore that gets a chance. He's so mature. He plays so well that they allow him to go into the meetings. Right. Last time we talked to Baron Morton, and you know he's always a joy to talk to. I mean, it's really cool seeing these guys, and their Fast Friday practice. I mean, it was fast.
Yeah, it was.
You knew that they would come out the way they did today. It would not be any lull. There would not be a looking past UCF.
Yeah.
They respected the opponent, and the way that they practiced was super cool to see.
Well, Joey McGuire really deserves a lot of credit for keeping this team in that position of hunger while they've already illustrated. How about that high hurdle act by Oliver Miles, number 28. Move the chains again. But, I mean, he's getting these guys to play like underdogs when they're big-time favorites.
I mean, look at this guy. Up, around, a little spin, a little dump. I mean, was that the fourth, fifth running back?
Absolutely it is.
My goodness.
But the methodology for Joey as a coach, he'll take whatever is said about his program nationally in a negative way and use it to the nth degree and to get those guys to respond.
Sometimes he'll alter it, Tim.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes he'll take some words out and say, hey, they said you're trash.
Yeah.
They were actually saying that what happened to this team is trash. Right. But guess what? That doesn't help his team.
No,
so he's got to do what he's got to do.
He's got to do what he's got to do.
I love it. You got to take everything you can use bulletin board material, and create that chip. You've heard all the stories of how people would get Michael Jordan going, or he would get himself going, or Reggie Miller. Like, creating these fictional or real slights so that you can have motivation and perform at the optimal level, and you can see examples of them performing at their optimal level.
That's leadership. That's exactly the way I approach rehearsals with you before every game. I tell people rehearsals are not, you never want to nail a rehearsal. You just want to prepare to nail the on camera.
Yeah, our rehearsals are usually terrible, huh? It's terrible by me, at least.
Oliver Miles goes ahead for 4. Well, of all the rehearsals we've ever done, today's was exceptionally poor.
We didn't rehearse.
Yeah, we didn't rehearse.
We didn't rehearse at all. Hey, it came out all right.
Yeah. Producer said, now they're going to join us in progress. Well, wait a minute. Fox Business will take this. We're going to do a full open. Go ahead.
Here we go.
Absolutely.
And we nailed it. How about that?
3rd down and 7. 11th play of what has now become, Devin, a 7-minute drive.
Yeah.
I mean, textbook. Here goes Griffiths sliding down. I think he slid into the back of someone that had to come in. It almost looked like he was sliding into second base.
Yeah, he tried to slide.
Yeah.
He tried to slide. He slid right into an offensive lineman's foot, his foot is heavy, and it didn't move 1 inch. Take a look at this. He starts to go down. He starts to slide there. Oh, it's not an offensive line. It's Hill.
Yeah, it's Hill.
It's Hill, the running back. Adam Hill out of Albany High School in Texas.
Yeah, he may have to talk to Hammond about that surface that he was sliding into there.
Yeah.
After the game. Gain of 8. Look, big picture with Texas Tech. They win this game. They get a week off. That get a time for a lot of guys to get healthy.
Yeah.
They need this. I think at the beginning of the year, Joey was saying we weren't really sure about this late an open date. Like, what are we going to get out of this as we get the 2-minute timeout? Now they welcome the open date that comes next week.
Of course, they were thinking, what if we're playing really well? We don't want to stop.
Right.
But now they appreciate it.
Baron Morton needs the time off. Bring it, baby. The emotions of calling a game and playing a game on Fox. Rodriguez got his moment in the sun. And if you didn't see it live, we replayed it enough. Get ready, New York. You need to invite him. And, my goodness, what happened to Virgil? He was everywhere.
He was.
In the second quarter.
2 carries, 2 touchdowns. I'd say he had a good day, not to mention a receiving touchdown to boot.
35-2 at the break. And this is a wonderful drive with Jordan McGuire. You got to give him a lot of credit. He's basically milking the clock against a depleted team that's lost about really a third of its starting talent to say, okay, let's shut this down, have a nice methodical drive. I think it says a lot of really good things about sportsmanship, to be perfectly honest with you. He knows the situation that Scott Frost is in.
Yeah, Tim, and I love it, but, you know, we filmed a skit, and I want to show it, and he's wasting all the time for us to show it. Come on, Coach McGuire, be a better teammate.
3rd down and 7. Oh, he's going to wing this one. Just as I said, staying on the ground. That pass is caught by Tristan Gentry.
He might have hurt me.
Yeah.
Coach McGuire really likes me, so I'm sure he hurt me.
Well, I'm okay with that. This young man deserves a chance to wing it because they may need him at a critical time in the weeks ahead.
Yeah, and I think they're going to start to kneel on it right now.
Yeah.
And in this one after picking up that 1st down. But you're exactly right. They gave a lot of opportunity for Griffiths to show what he has and get comfortable playing in live game action. He hasn't played in a little while, so that's really good by him. And like I thought, they get into that formation. You can see the hugs all around.
Yeah.
The best formation in the history of football.
Griffiths, by the way, 13 of 17 for 145 yards. Joey McGuire's quote to us yesterday that will stay with me for a long time. At my funeral, I want y'all to celebrate and have a good time and tell some great stories. And if you don't mind, I'd like one of those stories to be about your time at Texas Tech and that you guys accomplished something here in Lubbock that no one else ever has. I mean, that sums up that guy.
And if that's not motivation, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
A great man, great coach, and a perfect leader for young men playing college football who most of these young men will not be professionals, right? But they're going to have to go and be professionals in something other than football, and he's preparing them for that as well.
There it is. Joey McGuire, what a run. And his quarterback, Baron Morton, he said, when I think about tomorrow and being a senior day, he said, I'm going to remember all the people who told me that I should get another quarterback. And remembering all of the faith that I have in Baron, there was no way I wasn't going to go into this battle without this young man. And Baron Morton, not completely healthy, playing at a very high level and got a much-needed second half off before the open date. Then West Virginia, and then the Big 12 title game.
And like you talked about earlier, as well as they played and as well as they've played all season, they still haven't played their best football. And that's exactly where you want to be here at the end of the season. You want to continue to improve, and they'll take small things from this game, improve on those, and continue to get ready for their championship push.
And Josh, I hope you tell Coach that we've said a bunch of nice things about him. Let's go down to Josh.
Well, Coach, you talked this week about not having the letdown after that emotional win over BYU. I saw no letdown out here on the field. What can you say about the way your guys responded?
Man, I thought we had a great week of practice, and the question was how were we going to handle success off of last week. Man, I got these old guys. I mean, it's a vet team. They believe in each other. They care about each other, and, man, I'm really proud of the way they played.
Hey, you told me at halftime, make sure the guys say a lot of nice things about this guy right there. What can you say? What can you put into words about the performances he has week in and week out?
Man, it's incredible, and everybody's talking about quarterbacks for Heisman, so we put him at quarterback today. He scored a touchdown. But right before that interception, I said, man, get the ball back. Let's get in the end zone so we can get 2 out. He got the ball back for me.
All right, Jacob, come over here. Listen. Hey, man, I know we could talk about the interception. We could talk about the 9 tackles, but I want to talk about the throwback to your quarterback days in high school. Bring me through that play. What was that rushing touchdown like?
Man, that was so much fun. I mean, we repped it throughout the week, and it looked good. Obviously, we're going on a scout team, but it looked good. And then kind of when they said get close to the goal line, be ready. So I ran over there from the other side of the sideline, and I was ready to go.
I know you're a big team guy, but I want you to talk about yourself for a minute, right? You struck the Heisman pose. You're making a case to be a Heisman front runner. You could say, why should you be the Heisman?
I think just this team is, wanting me to, be that. You can see that with the offense side of the ball, wanting me to come out there and score a touchdown. They know how much it means to me, but, as a team, if we just keep playing and keep winning, we got a chance.
You were the guy that last week took the guys aside, talked to your coach, talked to the guys in the locker room about going 1-0 each week and how there's an ultimate goal to stay focused on the task at hand. How did you guys do that out here today?
Yeah, I mean, we have everything in front of us, and so we can't let anything stop us. And so if we just go 1-0 every single day and 1-0, this week, which we were able to do tonight, that's all it's about. College football is so much fun, and we're grateful to get the opportunity to play.
Congrats on the win. Go celebrate, Jacob.
Thank you. God bless.
Thanks a lot, Josh. And Tim, how about that mustache?
Yeah,
I mean, that is strong.
It is strong.
And I got a question for you. I've never seen you. What would you look like with a mustache?
Oh, it wouldn't be a good look.
Are you sure?
No, it wouldn't be a good look.
How about that?
Oh, my wife, who's celebrating a birthday today, Terry, is very upset with you right now. I hope you know that.
I mean, I think it looks good.
Terry is very upset with you. You'll have to make it up next week.
Now, Tim. I think it looks good.
Oh, my goodness. Jacob Rodriguez, at Ryder High School, Wichita Falls, as a sophomore, he posted numbers, like I said, that were better than J.T. Barrett's. What does he do with the rest of his life? Well, he goes and gets someone more courageous than him. The first to admit that the young lady that went to West Point now in flight school in the state of Kansas, Emma, who means so much to him. They get married, and last night we were at dinner, and I ran into the gentleman, a construction man here in town, a man named Hebert, who got a call from his father, Mr. Rodriguez, and said, we're looking for a gathering place for his undergrad. We want to have a party. They had it in his backyard.
Wow.
And afterwards, what did Jacob Rodriguez do? He went and got a signed football. All the team captains, special teams, Baron Morton and himself, took it to Mr. Hebert's house and said, thank you for taking care of my family in your backyard for our graduation party.
Awesome young man.
And it says so much about his dad, too, you know, to have that kind of leadership in your program, defensively and offensively. The young man from Lubbock, Texas, Curry, to go along with Jacob Rodriguez and Baron Morton. Great things are coming their way, and no pure playoff privilege will get in the way of this team, who without question is already the state champs of the state of Texas. That'll do it from Lubbock. Our many thanks to everyone. And after the break, we'll send you to Boston for a top 10 college basketball game, BYU and UConn. For our crew, Tim Brando, so long from Lubbock.
Dan Hurley's not going to like 4 early.